The present perfect tense is a bridge. It connects the past to the present. It tells us about actions that started in the past and have a connection to now. This connection is important. It helps us understand how past actions influence our present situation. The present perfect tense allows us to talk about experiences, changes, and things that are still true. In this essay, we will explore the present perfect tense. We will learn how to form it and when to use it. We will also practice using it in different situations. Forming the present perfect tense is like solving a puzzle. It has two main pieces. The first piece is have or has. The second piece is the past participle of the main verb. We use have with I, you, we, and they. We use has with he, she, and it. For example, we say I have eaten or she has finished. The past participle is often formed by adding ed to the base form of the verb. For example, the past participle of walk is walked. However, some verbs have irregular past participles like go, gone, or eat, eaten. One key use of the present perfect tense is to talk about actions that happened at an unspecified time before now. This tense is unique because it bridges the past and the present, creating a sense of continuity. Unlike the simple past tense, which pinpoints a specific moment in time, the present perfect tense leaves the exact timing of the action open to interpretation. This can be particularly useful in conversations where the focus is on the experience or the result of an action rather than the time it occurred. We don't mention when these actions happened exactly. This omission of specific time details can sometimes create a sense of mystery or ambiguity, which can be intriguing in storytelling or casual conversation. For example, saying, "I have read that book," emphasizes the experience of reading rather than when you read it. This can be particularly useful in discussions where the timing is irrelevant or unknown. What matters is that they happened at some point in the past and are relevant to the present. This relevance to the present is a key aspect of the present perfect tense. It suggests that the past action has some bearing on the current situation or state of affairs. For instance, if you say, "I have lost my keys," it implies that you are currently without your keys, and this is affecting you now. The focus is on the present consequence of a past action. For instance, we might say, "I have visited Paris." This statement tells us that at some point in the speaker's life, they had the experience of visiting Paris. The exact date or time of the visit is not specified, and it doesn't need to be. The important thing is that the speaker has had this experience, which might be relevant to the current conversation. Perhaps they are discussing travel experiences, or maybe they are talking about their knowledge of French culture. This sentence tells us that the speaker has had the experience of visiting Paris at some point in their life. The present perfect tense allows the speaker to share this experience without getting bogged down in the specifics of when it happened. This can make the conversation flow more smoothly and keep the focus on the experiences and their relevance to the present moment. The exact time of the visit is not important. What matters is the experience itself and its impact on the present. This is a powerful tool in communication because it allows us to convey important information without unnecessary details. It keeps the conversation focused and relevant. For example, if someone asks if you have ever been to Paris, they are likely more interested in your experiences and impressions of the city rather than the specific dates of your visit. Similarly, we can say, "She has finished her homework." This sentence indicates that the homework is complete. The present perfect tense is used here to emphasize the current state of the homework being finished. It doesn't matter when she finished it, just that it is done now. This can be particularly useful in academic or professional settings where the completion of a task is more important than the timing of its completion. This sentence indicates that the homework is complete. The focus is on the present state of the homework being finished, not on when it was finished. This can be useful in various contexts, such as when reporting progress on a project or task. It allows the speaker to convey the current status without getting into the specifics of the timeline. The focus is on the present state of the homework being finished, not on when it was finished. This use of the present perfect tense helps to keep the conversation relevant and focused on the current situation. It allows us to share experiences and information in a way that is concise and to the point, without unnecessary details that might distract from the main message. Section 4. Journeys that continue. Actions spanning time. In this section, we delve into the fascinating world of the present perfect tense, a tense that bridges the past and the present in a seamless flow of time. The present perfect tense is also our guide for actions that started in the past and continue into the present. This tense is unique because it allows us to connect our past experiences with our current state, creating a continuous thread of time. We often use for or since to indicate the duration of these actions. The word for is used to specify the length of time an action has been ongoing, while since pinpoints the exact moment the action began. Imagine someone says, "I have worked at the museum for 5 years." This simple sentence tells us a lot about the speaker's journey. It indicates that their employment at the museum began 5 years ago and is still ongoing. The use of the present perfect tense here emphasizes the continuity of their experience. This tells us that their employment at the museum began 5 years ago and is still ongoing. The present perfect tense helps us understand that the action is not just a part of the past, but is still relevant and active in the present. Similarly, we can use since to pinpoint the starting point of an action. For instance, if someone says, "I have lived here since 2010, it means they started living in that place in 2010 and continue to live there now. The word since helps us identify the exact moment the action began. For example, "She has lived in London since 2010 tells us that she started living in London in 2010 and she still lives there today. This use of the present perfect tense not only informs us about the duration of her stay but also highlights the ongoing nature of her residence in London. The present perfect tense is a powerful tool in the English language, allowing us to express actions that span across time, connecting our past with our present in a meaningful way. By using the present perfect tense, we can share our life stories, experiences, and achievements in a way that shows their relevance to our current lives. It helps us convey the idea that our past actions and experiences are not just memories, but are integral parts of who we are today. Understanding and using the present perfect tense correctly can greatly enhance our communication skills. It allows us to express ourselves more clearly and accurately, making our conversations richer and more engaging. So the next time you want to talk about an action that started in the past and is still relevant today, remember to use the present perfect tense. It's a simple yet powerful way to connect your past with your present, creating a continuous narrative of your life. In conclusion, the present perfect tense is more than just a grammatical structure. It's a way to tell our stories, share our experiences, and connect with others on a deeper level. By mastering this tense, we can better express the ongoing nature of our actions and experiences, making our communication more effective and meaningful. Section 5. A tapestry of experiences, ever and never. In this section we delve into the nuances of the present perfect tense, a fascinating aspect of English grammar that allows us to connect our past experiences with the present moment. This tense is particularly useful when we want to discuss life events that have occurred at some point in our lives, without specifying exactly when they happened. By using the present perfect tense, we can create a rich tapestry of our experiences, weaving together the threads of our past and present in a seamless narrative. The present perfect tense also weaves together our life experiences. It allows us to share stories and memories, to reflect on what we have done and what we have yet to do. Whether it's traveling to new places, spending time with family, or pursuing hobbies, the present perfect tense helps us articulate these moments in a way that connects them to our current state of being. It's a way of saying, "This is who I am because of what I have experienced." It helps us talk about things we have or haven't done at any point in our lives. When we look at photo albums or share stories with friends, we often use the present perfect tense to frame our experiences. For example, "I've visited Paris," or "I've never tried skydiving." These statements give us a way to communicate our personal history and the experiences that have shaped us. We often use ever and never with the present perfect to express these experiences. The word ever is used to ask about any time in the past up to the present, while never is used to indicate that something has not happened at any point in the past. These words help us to be more precise in our communication, allowing us to convey the breadth or absence of our experiences. For example, imagine asking someone, "Have you ever eaten sushi?" This question is not about a specific time or place, rather it encompasses the person's entire life up to the present moment. It's a way of inquiring about their experiences in a broad sense, without needing to pinpoint an exact moment in time. Here, ever encompasses any time in the past up to now. It's a versatile word that allows us to ask about a wide range of experiences. Whether we're talking about trying a new food, visiting a different country, or learning a new skill, ever helps us to frame our questions in a way that is open-ended and inclusive of the person's entire life history. The question is whether the person has had the experience of eating sushi at any point in their life. This use of the present perfect tense allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, as we share and compare our life experiences. It's a way of building rapport and understanding, as we learn more about each other's journeys and the moments that have defined us. Conversely, never indicates that something has not happened at any point in the past. When we say, "I have never done something," we are clearly stating that this experience is absent from our life history. This can be just as telling as the experiences we have had, as it highlights the gaps and the opportunities that we may still have to explore. For instance, "I've never ridden a camel" means that the speaker has not had the experience of riding a camel at any time in their life. This statement not only informs others about what we haven't done, but also opens up the possibility for future experiences. By acknowledging what we have never done, we can set new goals and aspirations, and perhaps one day, turn those nevers into evers. Section 6. Regular verbs, mastering the ed ending. In the realm of the present perfect, regular verbs follow a predictable pattern. They form their past participle by adding ed to the base form. This consistent ending makes it easier to grasp the present perfect tense with these verbs. For example, consider the verb walk. Its past participle is walked. So, we would say, "I have walked home," or "he has walked to the park." This pattern holds true for many common verbs like talk, talked, watch, watched, and play, played. Mastering the ed ending for regular verbs is a significant step towards confidently using the present perfect tense.